Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing a crafty thing and was like, oh, shoot, I should have had that soaking in water. And was like, oh, I could film this. Now, an excellent question would be, why is this human got her camera so awkwardly set up on the counter? And not only does the view show the camera's little feet of the tripod, well, it's actually not the camera's feet, because the camera's my phone, but the little tripod has little feet, and the camera's, and the camera and the phone and the phone and the tripod, okay, hi. Anyway, oh, this is annoying. I'm doing this little craft, and this is the sort of thing that I want to do on this channel. I need to make sure that maybe my head's not in the way. But the reason I've got it set up sort of funny is, one, I'm new at this, so, you know, bear with me. And two, I'm still a little hesitant about, like, you know, my face. And so, oh my gosh, why? Come on, buddy, you can do this. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so, I'm gonna talk about this cool little crafty thing I'm doing, if I can somehow manage to get this leaf to open up to me. Please. So, as you can see, I'm messing about with a leaf in gloves, which is very apparently important. So, once upon a time, my bestie sent me... See, okay, here's the problem. I can't tell if the fold is on this side or that side. So, here's the thing. I started a video so you could all just kind of watch me fiddle around with the leaf. Nope. Okay, hold on. We can do it! Thank you. Thank you, little leaf. We appreciate you. No, do not. Do not do this to me again. Help! I was just trying to get it wet. Okay. Once upon a time, my bestie sent me this cool little reel about... Oh my gosh! Literally, it was ready and... Ooh, maybe this will help. About this, with this lovely little craft where you could use leaf skeletons, which is the veins of the leaf, and all the leafy parts are gone. Seriously? Seriously, my guy? They're very delicate, as you can see. So, oh my heavens, sticking to the gloves. So you take dried, because those are presumably much easier to handle than wet ones. You take dried leaf skeletons, and you cut out, well, I guess you could cut out any shapes, but the reel that my bestie showed me was cutting out, oh no, and now I'm kind of hurting the veins. You cut butterfly shapes out of the dried leaf skeleton, and then you have a butterfly, and it's all... Well, and then you can color and like decorate and everything, and like, I don't know, do fancy stuff to it, and then you have a little craft butterfly. So that's the enchanting little thing about it. You know what? I'm just gonna put that in there. I'm gonna get a new one. So I was like, I'm going to oh, I'm really glad that didn't drip when I took it from the pan. I'm gonna try and make the leaf things. And so I went to the reel again, I got some leaves, and then I went to the reel again, and they didn't actually have the recipe of how to do it. So I consulted web browser senpai. Is it senpai or senpai? Senpai? Senpai, right? I'll look that up later. Meanwhile, and I found out that there's a variety of different ways to do this at varying levels of complication. So of course I picked the one that seemed easiest to moi, and for which I had the ingredients in my house. So for this recipe, you took, welcome to cooking class, dear friends. So for this recipe, you took, or rather, okay, the recipe is to get 4 cups of water, which, it's a good question how many liters that is. I'm so sorry. I don't actually know. It's a quart, but that's still like cup size. Well, maybe I can put that in the description or whatever. And then, so you take 4 cups of water / a quart, whatever, 32 ounces, and then put in 2 tablespoons of baking soda. And the light's funny. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I breaking it? They're saying like soak it in the water. So I'm like, well, do I like soak it for a certain amount of time in the water? I don't even know if I did these long enough. I think I did, but anyway. So, oh, I whipped
well, that's okay. It just means I need to be more gentle. We'll play gentle with the leaves. Gentle.
That is not always my strong suit. With, like, people, sure, but, like, doing things that take a while, at a certain point, I'm like,
come on, I want to be done now.
So, I started this recipe, like, 13 times. Maybe more, maybe less. Probably less. Anyway. 2 tablespoons of baking soda. In a pot with 4 cups of water, however, whatever. Oh, it's a liter! That's embarrassing. I'm like, it's a quart of water. I don't know how many liters that is. A quart and a liter are almost interchangeable measurements of fluids. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so I don't actually know, but I don't know what the grams for tablespoons is. So anyway, you put 2 tablespoons of baking soda into a liter or a quart, whichever measuring system you use, of water. And you put that on the stove in a little pot. And you add some leaves to it. They said I'd like a few. I added like all the leaves I had because I didn't want I was like, I will not be doing this multiple times. We're gonna do this all together. I'll go crazy. Anyway, I say anyway a lot, I just realized. So I put probably like 7 of these leaves, and I don't actually, oh my gosh, it would have been such a lovely idea to use that little app thingy on the phone and be like, hi, what sort of leaves are these? So I could be like, hello, these are these sort of leaves. Oh, but I could do that before I put the video out and include it in the description. This is why we love descriptions. Well, sometimes. Anyway. There, I said it again. So.
Boil, boil, toil and trouble.
No. Bubble, bubble. How does that go? Anyway. I'm just here for the ride, guys. I just work here. So in case it's not abundantly and possibly painfully obvious to any of you watching this, I may or may not be neurodivergent, and I have been diagnosed with ADHD. So, fun. I'm gonna get through this recipe before I die. This is the last thing I do! Well, actually, the last thing I'd do would be to tell my bestie that I love her, and I have to tell my incredible husband that I adore him, and love him, and I love them both, and all the things, and also lots of other nice people in my life. And anyway, this got morbid. Okay, bye. About that subject. Wow, I might not air this video. I might do a whole different one. We'll see. We'll see how just let it ripple, let it flow that I feel about this. Blap! That's the trash area.
Away from the viewers.
View? Whatever. So, you set the pot with the baking soda and the water and the leaves on the stove. And you let it for kind of forever. Well, it felt like it anyway. I need to stop saying anyway. I don't need to, but I want to. I did it for like 2 hours about. You just get it simmering, and then I like stirred it every 10 minutes or so. Probably could have stirred it more, as you can see.
The leaves turned brown in some spots. They didn't look that way before they were boiled and possibly burnt, stuck to the bottom of the pan while I was off getting, sidetracked and all sorts of wonderful things done. And I'd come back. So I didn't like put on a timer for the first, and that was my bad. Like, it would have been good to put on a timer. But I don't think it's going to really matter that they got a little toasty. So they just have been simmering in that little pot on the stove for, I think it was approximately 2 hours. The recipe said to start with an hour and then kind of check on them. It said that it would depend on the leaves, how long you needed to do it. It just said do it until the leaves look like they're falling apart. Well, these leaves never looked like they were falling apart. They just got droopier and droopier until I was like, well, I'm worried that because it also said that like the longer you simmer it, the more the very, very delicate veins, which here they are. Can you see that?
The more delicate veins would break, disintegrate, all that good stuff, which in this case would actually be sad stuff. So, for it to disintegrate, that is. And so I started taking them out, and I think it's working. I think this is working. So
So the reason I'm wearing gloves is because the recipe told me to. In no uncertain terms. It said that once the leaves have boiled in the baking soda in the water, and you can use different things. I just used baking soda because I had it, and obviously you can use water. Once the leaves have simmered for a while in that mixture, it starts turning brown. Well, that's the tannic acid being released from the leaves. And apparently that all combined becomes a nasty little, a nasty little mixture that will irritate your skin and everything. So we're wearing gloves because I don't want to deal with that. That sounds terrible. And now you can kind of see the process. I just take a leaf from the pot, sort of wipe it off a little bit with the paper towel, and then this is just a regular old little paintbrush. I got it in a little pack that was cheap at Walmart because, yeah. And these are just like regular old nitrile gloves. So it could be whatever kind of gloves, and it wouldn't have to be disposable ones. I just don't really have like. Be careful of myself. Be careful, wings to fly. At some point, I'm going to say my actual name, and that's fine because it really doesn't matter. Because like, there's a bajillion people on the planet who have my name, and well, I don't know, not probably an actual bajillion. That's because that's a made-up number. But there are so many more people that have this name than me, and so it's totally fine if I use it. But of course, there's this little part of me that's like, no, getting doxxed now. Getting doxxed sounds scary. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But anyway, by the way, hello, I'm Wings Defy. This is the channel that you have stumbled onto, and if you're still here watching this video, oh my gosh, what a person of patience, graciousness. You have all of that in high abundance, my friend. So yeah, just to now, just spreading the word out here for this is how you make you get down to the skeletons of leaves, which you then, once you get all the little green part off, which apparently is going to take, 90 years. It's fine. I didn't have anything else I wanted to do for the next 9 decades. You just keep brushing, just keep brushing. What do we do? Yes, I do connect with Dory on many levels. That's a character from the Disney movie Finding Nemo. If you haven't seen it, it's cute. And I also liked Finding Dory. There's a lot of people who are like, sequels suck. And I'm like, it depends on the sequel. I have seen sequels that I like better than the first movie. Don't come at me, please. I couldn't necessarily name any of them to you at the time because recall is hard. But see, the more I just brush away at it, the more it starts looking like a little leaf skeleton. And meanwhile, I'm getting tired of leaves as I go, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna get a new one, and that one just can soak for a while. By the way, it kind of bubbled onto my stove a little bit, and well, our stove. I mean, it's not mine. My lovely husband and mine's stove. It bubbled over onto the stove to a certain extent, and also then like onto the counter and it's dripping and everything. So be very careful when you clean up from this if you do this, because yeah, just. In addition to being neurospicy and having ADHD, I have generalized anxiety disorder. So obviously I take this sort of thing very seriously and I get very scared. But I think these are kind of coming out nice. And then once you get all the green off, yes, I am returning to the actual reason for this video that I keep getting sidetracked from, to tell you how to do this. Once I get all the green off of all the leaves, I will put them between paper towels again, or like, there'll be a bunch of little leaves on a paper towel like that, except not all drippy wet, and then I'll put a paper towel like this on top of them like a little sandwich, and I will then proceed to, I wonder if I need to change that water. I will then proceed to put a bunch of heavy books on top of them. Be careful to put something plastic probably between the paper towel, the leaf and paper towel sandwich, unless the first book that goes on top of that has a plastic cover, because if you don't put something plastic between the paper towel and the book cover, it could get soggy, and that would be very, very sad. So yeah, just get some heavy books, slap them on top of that little leaf and paper towel sandwich, and let them dry, dry, dry. And, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is that much fun anymore. Actually, it is kind of fun. Like, on the one hand, it's fun because I'm getting to, like, jabber to, humans. Well, theoretical humans. Would you be, what's the cat guy? Chekhov's cat. But is that the thing? No. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Schrodinger's gun. Pavlov's dog. Chekhov's cat. But while I know Pavlov's dog, and the Schrodinger's gun thing is like, you don't know whether it's loaded or not until you try to shoot it, right? Yeah. And then the cat thing is that if you talk about a cat, you will see a cat because, like, now a cat's on your mind kind of thing. So while you might not have seen the cat before, now you'll see the cat, if there's a cat. Right? Is that the Chekhov's cat thing? I don't know, folks. I'm just painting the leaves, except I'm painting the leaves away. Ooh, I'm painting the leaves but taking away the color. Isn't that a paradoxical approach to this charming little craft? So yeah, so once the leaves all dry, which I hope they do within like the next 2 weeks, because I'm going to visit my friend in 2 weeks. And we're kind of long distance-ish besties, because we live like a couple hours away from each other. So I'm going to toddle on down, and it'll be lovely. I'm so excited. And I'm going to bring some craft supplies, because we're both real crafty with these things, and we love nature and doing little crafts that highlight the beauty of nature to help others be able to revel in the wonders of this world. So yeah, probably going to stop this video here soon, because I've kind of said all that I need to say about the recipe. And so I guess I could talk a little bit, excuse me, itchy nose bend, and all I can do is itch it with my shoulder, but then I was talking into my shoulder, and so that made the audio a little bit difficult. See how, I don't know how to hold this up. I don't know how well this is working for y'all, but anyway. So welcome to Wing Supply Dreams channel. Hi, how are ya? The first video I did was a little original story I wrote. If you haven't listened to it, you might enjoy it. It's kind of funny. Go read my story. It's so humorous. Ha 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 ha. I think it's funny, but who knows if the Venn diagram of my humor, or rather the circle of my humor and the circle of y'all's humor, if there's an overlap in that Venn diagram. Who knows? But on the off chance that there is an overlap in that Venn diagram, yeah, if you want to check that out, I've got a couple of other little shorts. It is a brand new little channel, and just a baby. And so, yeah, if you want to, you can, click that little like button, hit that little subscribe button, and also, like, if you're here and you're still listening to this, like, could you just please praise yourself for being an extremely patient and very gracious individual? Like, just, first of all, how nice of you to just wander across the internet and find some little video with some little rando talking about leaves and whatever, and you were like, sure, I'll click on that. That sounds, could be interesting. And then, not only that, you clicked on the video, and the little rando goblin started talking, and you were like, oh my gosh, this is a random goblin. Wow, I have entered into the goblin territory of the internet. One of the many. There are many goblin areas on the internet, but definitely my little area is one of them. But yeah, you still stayed, and you watched the video, and I hope you had a fun time. And hope that people bouncing off the walls I'm not exactly sure why the ADHD, the force is strong with this one. The ADHD is strong with this one today. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, probably because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Anyway, moving on. Shh. Nothing to see there. Yeah, so there's this one more leaf, and then, okay, so there's this leaf, and then there's one more in the pot, and then there's all those in there. And I'm gonna just keep brushing away until they all are nice little skeletons of leaves, which is just kind of cute because, we're heading towards spooky season. So, little leafy skeletons and making butterflies. That didn't really work, and I'm not sure I did that on key. But anyway, Hi, hello, welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching this inaugural video of the rambling sort of videos that I'm going to be, I'm just trying a bit of everything on this channel, because why not, We can do bedtime stories, we can do ramblings with craft projects. I make jewelry, so I want to do some videos of that, because I think it'd be fun. And, want to do some singing, might even do some dancing or whatever. We'll see how that goes. I want to do I want to try the ASMR role plays, because those are just fun. And I'm just trying all the things here because it sounds like fun. And if you had fun today, I'm so glad. I hope that, like I say, if you happen to be still here at the end watching this silly little video, thank you. That's very kind of you and makes me feel like kind of a special human being that you took time out of your day so kindly and listen to me ramble and paint the color off of leaves. I do hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day, that you take care of yourself the very best you can. Sometimes taking care of ourselves is very hard, but sometimes taking care of ourselves is just as simple as recognizing that, oh hey, we're hungry. And so what this means is there's lots of different ways of taking care of ourselves. So if we need to be better at taking care of ourselves, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're bad at taking care of ourselves. We're still here. That means we've been eating and drinking and breathing and doing all the things, all of which are on the spectrum of self-care. And as we keep practicing doing those things and get some more practice in doing the other types of self-care that can be so very beneficial for us all, we'll just get better and better at it. Self-care is a skill, just like pretty much anything on the planet. And, well, not everything on the planet, but as far as humans and then interacting with the world around them and with themselves and the people around them, it often just comes down to practice. And so I hope that you are able to get in a little bit of practice with a part of self-care that maybe you haven't practiced on so much before. Whatever that looks like for you. If there's something that you've been, wanting to do for yourself, let's try to do that for ourselves this week. Excuse me again. Indigestion and all that fun. Take care of yourself. Know that you're fabulous. Again, you're here at the end of this video with me just rambling. Listen to me chattering on while the supper ticket on the table. That's from Beauty and the Beast. Oh, I don't think I've been saying what some of the stuff I've been quoting is from. It's all good. It's all fine. Look at how nicely this is the only one that was a different type of leaf. So that's come out a little easier. So lo and behold, it is a little easier to do this with tougher leaves, just like the instructions said. But I'd collected the leaves before I found the instructions, and I was like, well, this is what I got, people. This is what I got. So we are all what we've got. Ourselves is the only person that's with us all the time. So let's be a nice 24-hour companion for ourselves the best we can. And there are times when we're going to slip up a little bit with that, because making mistakes is just part of the human experience. And that's okay, because we can forgive ourselves and fix things for ourselves and then just try again. You guys can do it! I don't know where the camera is, so thumbs up. I believe in you guys. So try to believe in me, the random internet goblin that you have found. Try to believe in the fact that some random internet goblin believes in you. And may that inspire you to believe in yourselves. Because, seriously, when we believe in ourselves, we feel a little better about ourselves. And that's always really nice. Let's make our brain spaces nicer and safer places for us to be in. May that be one of our quests. Maybe reach for the stars. May you have a good rest of your day. And I'm taking this off so I can go boop on the camera and in this video. So yeah.